Acting U.S. Attorney General Matt Whitaker joins us right now from the D.C. area. Matthew, good morning to you.
Good morning, Steve.
You know, we saw that text message where it appeared that he was lying to the FBI. I'm not working for anybody. I just want to bring this because I'm a good American. How much did the fact that it happened in Washington, D.C., where something like 90% of the electorate voted for Hillary Clinton, and 3 of the people on the jury not only voted for her, but apparently contributed to her campaign? It's crazy.
It is crazy. And, 4% of Washington, D.C. voted for Donald Trump. And so obviously this was going to be a pro-Democrat, pro-Clinton jury. My biggest concern is the jury foreman came out and really gave up, what the jury was discussing, which is that they thought this case should have never been brought to their attention in the first place. And that's a little concerning, because this looks more like a jury nullification, where even though the evidence was overwhelming, even though the government proved their case, right, that the jury just decided that this wasn't a case worth pursuing, and therefore they were, and remember, 12 of them voted unanimously not guilty. So that means that, even though the evidence says we know it, which is he, said in that text message, but he had also gone up and testified on Capitol Hill under oath that he was representing a client, and his billing records showed that. So, this case to me, factually and legally, was a slam dunk case. But as I had said earlier, leading up to this jury verdict, this jury was going to be very difficult for Durham and his team to get a conviction.
But at the same time, Matthew, this particular judge appointed by Barack Obama, he had so many restrictions on the evidence and the things that the prosecution could say that would tie it to a larger Clinton campaign. John Durham had a very narrow pathway, and he presented it, but he could have gone wide.
Yeah, Steve, that's such an insightful thing, because if you compare this to like General Flynn or Roger Stone's prosecution in the same courtroom, you see the judges made much more broader rulings, allowed much more evidence, and in this case, the Sussman case, the judge at every turn limited the government's ability to really present evidence that would show why this case mattered. And so the jury foreman's comment that I mentioned earlier also demonstrates sort of how they didn't see it fitting in to the broader narrative of the Russian collusion fable.
One other question. I see the U.S. Supreme Court in the image behind you, and a couple of weeks ago, the leak electrified the world that apparently the Supreme Court is going to overturn Roe v. Wade. Now apparently the marshals at the Supreme Court are asking for the cell phones, and they're taking statements from the clerks and other staff members in this leak investigation. And, reportedly, the clerks don't like that idea.
Well, this is an advancement of this investigation. Obviously, they've done everything behind the scenes to this point, and now they're going to have to go what we call overt with the investigation, although we all knew the investigation was going on. They're going to talk to these individuals. They're going to ask them for their cell phone records. There's going to be a digital trail of whomever leaked this opinion, but at the same time, there should only really be one person concerned. Yes, and that is the person that leaked it. The rest of them should be willing to cooperate and demonstrate that they had nothing to do with the leak.
Sure, and then if the leaker is revealed, that leaker is going to be a hero to a lot of the country.
Which is kind of sick and twisted, but it is the America we live in right now, Steve, and it's very disappointing that leakers, when they benefit one side or the other, are hailed as heroes, because, in my experience, leakers disrupt the operation and regular order and ultimately don't accomplish their goals. They just reduce the faith in government.
All right. Matthew Whitaker joining us today from D.C. Sir, thank you very much.